Hello artists. Today we are going to revisit implied texture and we're going to be using that charcoal that I sent home with you. So make sure you have that charcoal, and then you're going to need some crayons. You're going to need a black crayon and then whatever color you want the eyes of your owl to be. You need that color crayon as well. In the background you need a one or two colors for the background. I actually used blue and purple for this. So go ahead and gather those things in a piece of paper. And remember that charcoal is messy, so you'll want to have something to protect your workspace, newspaper, whatever to put underneath. And push up those sleeves. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna draw an owl, but we're going to focus on like the head of the owl. We're not going to do the whole body or anything like that, just focusing on maybe the head. And if you need to research owls and look online to decide which owl you want to draw, that's totally fine. That's what the students here at school are going to be doing. Or you can look at the lesson picture, that Google slide that I sent out, and there's a variety of owls that you can look at there too. Okay, so once you decide on your owl, you're going to sketch it out lightly with a pencil on your paper, whichever size paper you want to use. I don't care. I'm just using a small piece right here. And you're going to use crayons first. Do not use the charcoal yet, or you'll have a mess. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is color in the eyes. And I want to make sure that I'm coloring the light part first because I don't want it to smear. So I'm just going to quickly color in the colored part of the eye. I'm just using this yellow orange. It's called dandelion, actually. It's just like a dark yellow. You can use whatever color you want. You could use orange. You could use red. You could use just whatever. So now I'm going to outline my eyes and I'm going to color in the pupil. So yes, you definitely don't want to do these things with charcoal because we already know how much charcoal smears, and it would not, I don't think, work out very well for us. Now the beak. You can make the beak black or orange or yellow or whatever color you feel it needs to be. I think for mine, I'm going to stick with black here. I'm going to outline it with my black crayon and go ahead and color it in really quickly. Okay, now I can put these two crayons to the side. For the background, if you have a broken crayon that you could peel the wrapper off of, I went ahead and just flipped mine over sideways and colored. And the reason for that is because I kind of like the textured look it gives. We're going to be using oil pastels in the classroom to do this part of the owl. And it will give the same exact effect as this crayon. But you can see how it is kind of a textured look instead of the smoother look that you'd get from holding it like a pencil. So, like I said, on this one, I layered blue and purple. So get fancy. Don't just use one flat color. I am, just because I don't want to spend a whole lot of your time while I'm sitting here coloring on a video. So, okay, after you get the background all filled in, it's important you do these two things first, the eye or the face and the background, because if you don't, you'll run into trouble with smearing and getting the charcoal everywhere. So your last step is to get the charcoal. And now I've got mine wrapped in a Kleenex because I really don't want to get my fingers all black with the charcoal. Use it how you want though. Okay, so I am first going to outline all my pencil marks. Now, just keep in mind that the charcoal and the crayon do not mix. The crayon is really waxy and it resists the charcoal, meaning it will not let you draw over it with charcoal. So if you get off of your lines, you're gonna have some trouble like I did right there. Okay, and I'm gonna outline the face, my charcoal, and I've got like a line for the neck there that I'm going to outline. Oh, and I had some little eyebrows. Okay. So now I want to think about my texture, because that's what this is all about, is showing a little bit of a feathery texture, and each owl is going to be different and you can approach that differently. You can look at the pictures on the Google slide to see some different textures that students have done with their charcoal. I might do kind of some lines to show the feathers. Let's see. I think I'm going to leave the face white. So I'm going to be sure not to color in the face. Okay. And for the body of the owl, I might do some zigzaggy looking feathers that kind of follow that curvature of his neck. Maybe a few here, a few here. And I think I'm done with my charcoal. I can set this charcoal down. And now comes the fun part, because I'm going to blend, being very careful to not drag it into the face, which I want to stay white. I mean, in this one, I went ahead and smeared the charcoal into the face. It's just really what kind of owl you decide to do. So I'm gonna smooth out this textured head first, being sure not to press too hard to where I destroy all those lines, because I want those lines to be my implied texture. Okay, and then my body, I can just sort of go over my, zigzags to go ahead and color in the rest of the body with the gray. All right, and that's really all you have to do. So come up with an owl type that you like, sketch it out with a pencil onto paper, color the eyes and the beak and the background with crayon, and then get your charcoal and put your implied texture on there. And just remember that any dust you need to dump into the trash. Definitely protect your work surface and all that good stuff. All right, so snap a picture, send it to me on Seesaw, and I can't wait to see your owls. Have fun.